Thank you so much for staying here on the AM show. I'm Bernice Abubi Dulansa. It's now time to have that conversation about the Student Loan Trust Fund. There are concerns about the disbursement, and today I've been joined by the president of NUGS to share with us more on this, Dennis Apia Labi Ampafo. Hello, Dennis. It's good to have you here again. Trust you're doing well. In February this year, NUGS raised concerns about the non-disbursement of funds for students who have signed up onto the Student Loan Trust Fund. It's been a couple months down the line, and there's still been no disbursement at all. Is that the case, or it is that it hasn't gone as you would wish?
Thank you very much, Bernice. It's good to see you again, and I'm happy to be on JoyNews this morning. Currently, the challenge with the disbursement or with the fund is that whereas we have about 50,000 plus students sitting on the fund waiting for disbursement, the fund has not been able to disburse even up to.
Sorry, Dennis. Your line is bad. Hello, Dennis. If you can hear me.
Over 55,000 students on the waiting, but no disbursement is coming. The only form of disbursement that has come this year came in the beginning of the year when we raised the concerns about the non-payment of the loans. That was when we received some disbursement to some few students. Beyond that, to date, we have first semester arrears unpaid, we have second semester unpaid. For first semester arrears, that is the previous semester, we have about 32,000 students unpaid. For second semester, same numbers. For fresh students who have now signed up and are awaiting disbursement for the very first time.
Hello, Dennis.
We have over 20,000 students unpaid, closing in on students. As we speak, universities are giving deadlines and ultimatums. As Students' Union of Ghana students is extremely worried and is calling for a quick attention and an urgent intervention from the government of Ghana. Because the fund managers are not telling us anything. It is the same old story. It's the same old story. Give us time, we will pay. Give us time, we will pay. Extended to the National Secretariat. If you enter my emails, my inbox, and the number of students who are coming to the Secretariat every day, and the number of students attacking us every single day on issues of non-payment, you'll be shocked. So now the question is, why sustain a scheme or why allow a scheme to be there if it's not going to work? We are as better off as scrapping the SLTF if we are not going to be getting it to work.
Now, Dennis, sorry. Hello, Dennis, can you hear me? Sorry to interject here. Has the fund offered any explanation beyond giving you the assurance that it will disburse the monies? What is the reason behind the delay?
What we get, in fact, just yesterday I was there, and the managers keep telling us they don't have money. They don't have money. They don't have money. We should give them time. They are going for money from where? They are going for money from here. They will pay. But the point is that if these excuses institutions, we would have a lot of our students deferring very soon. As we project at this point, if care is not taken, a minimum of about 30,000 students would have to defer. And now my question is, what is the essence of the student loan trust fund if it is not going to disburse? Is it just for being there sick? And most painful is the fact that we have even introduced a no guarantor. That is what hurts us the most. You have introduced a no guarantor that has been touted as a good thing, as a savior, as a helper to the helpless. But what is the essence of a no guarantor policy if it does not translate into students receiving support to pay their fees? such that we have over 50,000 students waiting. The whole of this year, payment is not coming. The only payment that has come is that poetry sum that came beginning of the year.
And that was that to every student or a few?
What are we doing to our education aspect?
Hello, Dennis.
No, it wasn't to every student. It was to less than 10% of the applicants or the waiting list.
What influenced the selection process? Was it random, or the fund had a way of figuring out the most of the students with the most pressing needs? I'm just wondering how the fund determined to give to that 10% and
so the
leave
fund
the others.
has its own way of. So the fund has its own way of. So according to the fund managers, they use their own metric or their own systems of programming to select. But the point is that if you have an arrears list of last year, this year, entering into 50s of thousands, then it becomes a problem to even justify whichever numbers you support. Hello, Bernice, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Dennis, I can.
So then it becomes a problem to justify whichever numbers you put out there that you supported. And every single day there are petitions from students all over the country. And you would be shocked because it may not have come to the attention of mainstream media. It may be belittled, but then the upheaval, the anxiety, the stress, the resentment in the student level by students, especially tertiary students, because the students is amazing. It's huge. It's worrying. And at this point, a lot of our students are going to drop out. We face an existential threat if we do not quickly call for a stakeholder discussion on the continuation of a student loan. So at this point, the Student Loan Trust Fund needs a quick dialogue, a serious and urgent dialogue by the government of Ghana. We need to assess going forward. Are we going to continue the student loan and put students' hope up high that they have support to complete school? Meanwhile, the support doesn't exist. Or we scrap it off. The students know that they do not have any hope in anybody and that they are left to their fate. The country does not think about them. It is very terrible, and I'm very sad at this point because a lot of the messages come to me directly. A lot of the students will have to come and I'm helpless. We are helpless. Every one of us is helpless. So even the students will call you and cry. Some have been pushed to do things they do not hope to do. Some have been pushed. Our young girls especially.
Right. So that's how some of them.
So much of a plain language. Our young girls have been pushed. Some of them.
Hello, Dennis.
The way of speaking to it on national voice. If we are left to our fate that we do not have any student loan trust fund to support us, maybe individuals, maybe banks, maybe someone will help students. If we don't care about students, we should let them know that the student loan does not care about you.
Dennis,
the student loan trust fund is not going to help you.
Dennis, I get you're trying to be very kind with your words and not be as blunt, but you're suggesting that some girls are having to trade their bodies to pay their fees because the student loan trust fund is not forthcoming or disbursement is not forthcoming?
So I give you a typical story or a typical scenario that was reported, I think on Monday, about a young lady who actually went for a hostel, took a loan from a senior league to pay for the hostel. She had hoped that the student loan would come in to save her. Imagine this girl has not paid her fees. That is the main school fees. She has not paid her hostel fees because she took a loan for it. The young man that she took the loan from is on her neck and is demanding her body. So she quickly calls on us to come in to save her. And her cry is that she has no option and that if she doesn't get the money, she would be left to no option than to buy into what the gentleman is demanding. This girl has no parent for crying out loud. And these are samples. I'm restraining myself from going or being too plain with the language because I'm on national TV. But all I am saying is that the students of this country are in tears. We are in anxiety. There is a lot of anguish and pain because about 50,000 of us in the tertiary institutions across the country have not received the loan. It is not free money. It is not allowance. It is a loan that's supposed to be paid back. A loan that will be paid back regardless of the timelines. All we are saying is simple. Dear Student Loan Trust Fund, at this point, there is about, and as I speak to you, the arrears is in excess of 120 million. 120 million. And KNUST has issued their deadline warning to the students that even if you pay 70%, you will not be allowed to register. KNUST, a public institution. So you can imagine what is happening in the private institutions. So as I speak to you, KNUST is not allowing students to register even if they pay up to 70% in the student loan trust fund scheme.
Right, Dennis.
And we've launched a no guarantor that has seen our. Hello, Dennis.
Yeah, sorry, the line was bad. So we get the crux of the issue, and
Okay.
it will be important to begin telling the personalized stories. Okay.
So you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, but the line keeps breaking. But we get the crux of the matter, and we need to start sharing the personalized stories. Hopefully, we'll try and get a response from the Student Loan Trust Fund on another day. But thank you for highlighting the issue and working hard to get students in our universities have some respite in this regard. That was Dennis Apialabiampofu. He's president of NUGS.